Hello. Hopefully I sound okay and not like Alvin and the Chipmunks. That was scary yesterday, right? Um, Let me see. Let me see. So, buttons on a shirt. So I can't even find my live. That's great. Let me go to my YouTube studio. So Christian Longo, the three Chris's is what we called them back in the day when I did these people, and that was back in 2019. I think it was 2018, 2019. And we had compared Chris Watts and Chris Coleman, and then Chris Longo, and Christian Longo has a lot of things going on. I'm going to tell you about them. I just want to make sure that I sound not like Alvin. Let me just check it out. There we go. Okay. So Christian Longo, he's not on death row anymore. His sentence has been commuted to life. So that happened 3 years ago. Okay, so that's something new. But then they have this pillow here. So, but then let me just tell you just real quick about a little bit about this. Why they're all family annihilators. Chris Watts, Chris Longo, and Chris Coleman, all family annihilators. They all had extramarital issues. They didn't want to be with their wives anymore, but they didn't want to get divorced. Some of them, Coleman had the excuse that he was working for Joyce Meyer, right? I don't think Chris Watts wanted to be seen as a bad guy that would leave his wife when she was 15 weeks pregnant. And Longo had tremendous debt. Longo is a fraudster. Longo is different than the other two in a lot of ways. And then there's something with Longo and a New York Times writer who, in his own right, was a fraudster. So there's a lot of components here. Then, prior to Longo being his sentence being commuted, right, from death row, he started this project about organ donation. And I also have extensive coverage with Longo about what life was like on death row. And that's when we learned about, well, if you were there with us, about how they got letters. And he said he would get stuff on his books because guys would write him a lot of times. He mentioned especially guys, and he'd say most of them were gay on the outside, and they would ask him to write stories, and when he would write stories for them, they would put money on his books. So that was some of the way he would make money. And then he talked about how they had their own seasonings and different things on death row. I don't know how it is now that he's no longer on death row. And I don't know if he's still doing that organ donation thing. We'll revisit that. But what I'm first going to do is just give a brief synopsis of this, and then I'm going to go into it in more depth. So I had everything queued up here on, let me see here. Let me just get my thing here. Okay, so tonight we're going to do the shocking case of Christopher Longo, right? Seemingly ordinary husband, father, whose life of lies, debt is really important there, deceit, spiraled into a horrific family tragedy, and it is horrific. It is probably one of the most horrific family annihilations. Okay, so he had a desperate need to maintain a perfect family image, and a lot of them do, right? They don't want to be seen as anybody that would do anything like that, not at all. And unfortunately, his plan ended in the death of his wife, murder of his wife, and 3 children. So, let's see. He posed then he ran away. And the interesting thing is, he posed as this writer from the New York Times that had been fired from the New York Times because they wrote a story and they were talking about, I think it was coffee trade and different stuff that wasn't true. And the New York Times said, you're gone. But in that, then he was called and he said, do you know this guy named Christopher Longo? This guy, Christopher Longo, was pretending he was you down in Mexico. So this guy didn't know Christopher Longo. Well, then Christopher Longo wanted to talk to him, and then they ended up making it was made into a movie with what was it called? Let me see, was it The Perfect Story? I'm trying to think of what it was called here. It was with that guy. Oh, why am I thinking of that guy? What the heck is that guy's name? Franco was in it, but the other guy played the reporter, the chubbyish guy. He was a kind of a character actor. I think he was in, I'm trying to think of what movie that was in. Noah. It's not Noah. It's something like that. Something like Noah. Let me just see who makes it up. I think it's called True Story. I think the movie was called True Story. Let me just see. Pretty sure that it was True Story. Let me see. Oh, it was, let me get what guy that was. I just want to get the actor. You'll know the actor when I say it, and I will too. Where are you, Mr. Actor? Okay. James Franco. Oh, Jonah Hill. I said Noah. See, Jonah. Jonah Hill. And it was produced by Brad Pitt. Oh no. Brad Pitt. Okay. If you know, you know. But it was based on the book True Story, Murder, Memoir, Mea Culpa, and by Michael Finkel. So, yeah. Michael Finkel meets accused killer Christian Longo. He took on Finkel's identity when he had annihilated his family. And Michael Finkel's life was unraveling because he was fired from the New York Times. And so they had a bizarre psychological cat and mouse going on, and that's what that's about. And I don't know that I ever saw the movie, but I didn't. I don't believe I did. But it is out there. True Story, it's called. All right. So, but we're going to talk about the real deal right now. Okay. And I'm just trying to find my little thing here. Okay, he was the kind of man who had it all. Christian, I'm going to say Christopher, I don't know how many times, so I'm just going to try to say Chris, okay, because I can't get it through my head. It's Christian. He had it all. Now, they said like he seemed like a knight in shining armor for his wife, but didn't last too long, right? His wife adored him, though. They had 3 beautiful children, but they ended up, because of Christian's fraudulent way is they ended up kind of having to run all the time. So you're going to see them run from, having the 3 kids, then living in a warehouse, then moving, I think it was to Ohio, then to Oregon. And unfortunately, Oregon was where they lost their lives. So Longo got deep in debt. He tried to open a business. It was some kind of cleaning business. He worked as a manager at a camera store. He ended up, when he killed his family, I love you. He worked at Starbucks. Yep. And that was in Oregon. And his wife was Mary Ann. She knew he was having an affair on her. She saw emails. He said he didn't love her anymore. She didn't want to divorce him. At one time, he worked at the Starbucks was it a Fred Meyer's? Okay, oops, got so many interruptions here. Okay, so let's get into this from the start, right? Hold on one sec. Okay. Trying to think where I want to go over here. So I'm going to show you something. This is one of the FBI's most wanted when he was wanted, because after, again, he killed everyone. Hold on one second here. What is up with this? There we go. Okay, so that was the FBI on the hunt for him. And let me pull out. Okay. So hold on, I just want to grab the case law here. Okay, so let's go to the start of this, when he got married to Mary Jane. Did I call her Mary Ann? I'm sorry. It's Mary Jane. They got married in 1993. Okay, in early 2001, because of various financial and legal problems, Chris Longo and his family moved to Ohio. They lived in a warehouse for a period of time. Now, when he became a suspect in the murder of his family, police went back to the warehouse that they lived in Ohio, and they discovered items that had been left behind. That they were obviously in a hurry when they left that warehouse, including Mary Jane's wedding dress and wedding photos. There were also 2 books. One was a Spanish phrase book, and the other one was entitled The Modern Identity Changer. After they left Ohio, they went to Oregon. And they arrived in early September 2001, and they settled into an area called Newport. And Chris got a job at Starbucks. That's a barista, and that was inside of a Fred Meyer department store. He and his family moved into the Newport Motor Inn, okay, around the 1st of November 2001. And he told the manager that he had been sent down from Portland to help set up the Starbucks outlet. So he was always making himself bigger than he was, more important than he was, more powerful than he was. And so he was a prolific liar, okay? And that's exactly, one of the things that he did. He knew how he lied. On November 19th of 2001, he printed off obituaries for 4 young adult men from the area. And they were going to be found, those obituaries, in his locker at work. Handwritten on 3 of those obituaries were Social Security numbers. You see what he was doing? Okay? He was getting ready. This was all going to premeditation. He was going to take the identity of someone that was deceased, right? When police later captured him, he had one of those 4 names in his possession. On November 20th of 2001, he stole a credit card receipt from a customer who made a purchase at Starbucks, and he used that credit card information to buy a plane ticket to Texas. And about November 30th, they moved the family, Christian and his wife and kids, they moved into a condominium. They moved out of the motor lodge. And there, Christian told the condominium manager and the front desk person that he worked as a subcontractor for Q West, and he was surveying the coast for DSL, the internet, right? At that time, that was cutting edge. And he claimed that he had only 2 children, not 3, and he said that his family lived out of town and they would come and visit only on some weekends. They had 1 vehicle. Listen to this one, a maroon minivan, and it had a vanity plate that said Kid Van. On December 9th of 2001, he and his family looked at a green Dodge Durango. Watch this one now. At the Town & Country Dodge dealership in Wilsonville. On December 15th, he did not work. That night, Denise Thompson, a co-worker of Longo's, babysat the kids so that Christian and Mary Jane could go to dinner and a movie. Now, he returned with his wife around 10:30 p.m. As far as anyone knows, that was the last time that anyone saw Mary Jane Longo. That was December 15th. At 2 a.m. on the morning of Sunday, December 16th, a couple that was staying in a room directly above the Longos, Mr. and Mrs. Crabb, that was their name, they were awakened by dragging noises that continued for 5 to 15 minutes. And Mrs. Crabb believed that the noises were coming from downstairs. Mr. Crabb thought the noises came from next door. He called the apartments on either side, but nobody answered. The next morning, the Crabbs went to complain to the front desk manager, and they were told nobody had been in the rooms on either side of them. Chris Longo's recorded interview with the police suggested the murders took place in the early morning hours of December 17th. He implied that he killed his family after he returned home from work at 11 p.m. He said it was either Sunday or Monday, but he couldn't remember which. And he said his work records, show that he did not work on Saturday. He worked until 11 p.m. on both Sunday and Monday, the 16th and 17th of December. Police took a recorded statement, and Christian Longo said that when he got home at 11 p.m., everyone was asleep. He said he had some wine and cheese, and then he went to go to the deck, sat down on the deck. to think about his financial problems. And when he came back in, he said he laid down in bed next to his wife, Mary Jane. And Madison, the youngest child, was sleeping on the floor of the bedroom on a comforter. Zachary and Sadie, they had a son and 2 daughters, slept in the living room on the couch. He said he laid awake for a couple of hours worrying about these financial problems. And he said he'd been reliving it every night. Mary Jane was ultimately strangled to death that night, and he put her naked into a suitcase, and he dumped her off the dock at the Embarcadero Marina. And I want to get a picture of that. Hold on, let me get this marina that he... drop them off to Marianne. Okay. Again, this is the family. Hang on here, I'm just gonna make this a little bigger. Okay, Mary Jane. Now the 2-year-old Madison, this is Madison right here. She was also strangled. And her body he put in a different suitcase, and he dumped her off of the same dock. Now Zachary is the son right here, and Sadie is the other daughter. They were a little bit different. Sadie was tied to a rock, and she was dropped off of a bridge on Highway 34 near Waldport. And Zachary was found floating near that same bridge. Sadie's body was later found, and divers located a large rock inside a child's pillowcase that had been twisted shut. At 4:30 a.m. on Monday morning, December 17th, a construction worker was driving on Highway 34 near Waldport. He found a red minivan stopped in the middle of a bridge. The worker stopped and asked the driver, do you need any help? Chris Longo said no, he didn't need any help. He had pulled over because his check engine light had come on, is what he told the man. Later that same morning at about 8 a.m., the harbor master at that marina noticed a broken pipe under a ramp at the marina. Divers later discovered the suitcases that contained the bodies of Mary Jane and Madison in the water just beneath where the pipe had been broken. Now, the defendant was at work on December 17th from 2 to 11 p.m. He didn't go to work on the 18th. That day, the housekeeping staff at Newport Motor Inn discovered that someone had put in their trash children's clothes, baby books, and a wallet that had Mary Jane's driver's license. That afternoon, someone stole, remember the car dealership? A green Dodge Durango from the Town and Country Dodge dealership in Wilsonville. And in return, they left behind that maroon red minivan. But they took the license plate off, and the foam underneath had shown that it had said Kid Van. That was the vanity plate. And inside the van, there were 2 other license plates that were left there. Late in the afternoon on December 18th, Christian spoke to the manager at the condominium, and he said that he had taken his wife and kids to the airport and that they were having marital problems. He then attended a Christmas party for the Starbucks employees that night. He was driving the green Dodge Durango. Now, the coworker, Denise Thompson, she told another coworker that he had taken his wife and children to the airport. So the party had a gift exchange. And Christian gave the recipient of his gift a bottle of perfume, but it wasn't new. It belonged to Mary Jane. Nice. December 19th was a Wednesday, and he worked from 5 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Starbucks. That day, he told that coworker, Denise Thompson, and another coworker, guess what? My wife's having an affair. And she left me for the other guy. He named the man supposedly involved, and he claimed to Denise Thompson that he was not sure whether Madison was even his child. During that same conversation, he told Denise Thompson that he had put the minivan in storage in Portland, and he said that he wanted to install a CD player in that Dodge Durango. So Denise Thompson made arrangements for her and her husband to accompany Christian on Saturday to go buy a CD player that Denise's husband was going to install in that Durango. And then he rented a movie that afternoon, because he's just carefree, rented a movie, right? And on December 19th, police discovered Zachary's body. On Thursday, December 20th, he worked again from 5 a.m. to 2 p.m., and then he played volleyball with a coworker. Denise Thompson tentatively identified Zachary's body on December 21st. On December 21st, Christian fled the state and headed for San Francisco. After he arrived in San Francisco, he applied for a job at a local Starbucks. Then he decided, no, that's not good, and he decides to go to Mexico. On December 26th, he purchased a plane ticket using that information from the stolen credit card. He left the green Durango in the parking lot at the San Francisco International Airport. In the Durango, when they found it, police, when they were on his trail, they found the license plate kit van, as well as Christian Longo's checkbook, his marriage license, and his diploma. Police captured Longo on January 13th, 2002, less than 1 month after the murders, and at the time, he was staying at a campground near Cancun, Mexico. At the campground, he and the other people, he told them he was a writer for the New York Times. Now, this is where he stole Michael Finkel's identity, right? He was touring local ruins, and he was going sightseeing. And at the time of his capture, he was sharing a cabana with a woman that he admitted he was intimate with. When he was being returned to the United States, the FBI agent accompanying him asked him about the murders, and his answer to the FBI agent was, "I sent them to a better place." Okay, now, let me go look here at this. Before trial, Christian argued that the court should suppress some of his statements to police in order to cure alleged violations of his Miranda rights. In one of 3 interviews, Christian refused to answer particular questions or to discuss certain subjects. In several of those cases, he indicated that he wanted to speak with someone else or to get some advice before discussing those matters, but he never identified who he meant. Because I want to tell you, I'm going through his court stuff here, so just... Okay, here's what I want to go through. The statements from Mary Jane to her sister. Mary Jane, he objected to that. And what happened was The prosecutors laid a foundation to introduce the testimony eliciting from Mary Jane's sister that Mary Jane was very upset and sobbing during a phone call to her sister, that she had discovered emails and spoken with Chris Longo before she called her sister. And then, allegedly, Mary Jane went over to her sister's house, arrived in 20 to 30 minutes, and her sister said Mary Jane was visibly shaken and upset. And so much so that a neighbor later asked the sister what was wrong. And the trial court ruled the statements made over the phone were admissible as an excited utterance. The statements from Mary Jane to her sister, he was saying were hearsay and they should not have been allowed. This is when he was trying to appeal his conviction. But we learned that Mary Jane discovered those emails and told her sister that Chris said he didn't love her anymore. Let's see here. I wanted to argue that. Let's see here. I want to go to his first fraud. Well, I don't know if it's his first fraud. But he was writing a bunch of checks. Okay, so one second here. Okay, we got the okay, so he was a Michigan native. He was raised in a strict Jehovah Witnesses background. Okay, so we have Mormons, and he was a Jehovah's Witness, and he had financial crimes that predated the murders. He took out loans. He ran up debt. He built a web of bad checks, fake businesses, fake IDs to keep creditors at bay. And that's how he got that vehicle, because he took it for a test drive, and I believe he had a fake license, if I remember my research from when I first covered this. And so he was always running from something. Let's see here. I want to go to this right here. He pled guilty to killing 2 people. He did not plead guilty to killing the 2 older children. So that's something also. He pled guilty to killing his wife and 2-year-old daughter, but he pleaded innocent in the deaths of his 2 other children. He said, and he was 29 years old when he did this, that he murdered his wife, 34-year-old Mary Jane, and their daughter Madison. When asked whether he killed Mary Jane and Madison, he replied, "That's correct." But Longo pleaded innocent to the deaths of the 2 other children, 4-year-old Zachary and 3-year-old Sadie Ann. The bodies of all of his family members were found in December of 2001 in coastal waters. Zachary and Sadie Ann on December 19th. Mary Jane and Madison were found on December 27th, and he was arrested in Mexico about 3 weeks later. first body of 4-year-old Zachary was floated ashore in Lintslaw. The next grim discovery was the 3-year-old Sadie inside a sleeping bag with a weighted floral print pillowcase tied to her ankle. And then the bodies of Mary Jane and the youngest child, Madison, were found in the Newport Marina December 27th, stuffed in 2 large dark green suitcases. The Longos were married in 1993 in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Mary Jane managed a doctor's office and worked in the University of Michigan dental school before she became a stay-at-home mom. Okay, so real nice guy there, right? No, not at all. He got married at 19. He was the father of 3 by the time he was 26. He didn't do well as a husband and father. Really wasn't the life for him, right? He got in trouble for check fraud. He was going on the run and stole cars. He moved them from Michigan to Ohio to Oregon. And then that's where the end of the line was. And he decided to do away with all of them, run away to Mexico, and then that's where he assumed the life of that New York Times writer. So now let's go to see. Now he got off of death row here. His sentence was commuted. I believe it was 2022. Let me see if it was. Christian Longo's death sentence was commuted to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole on December 13, 2022 by the Oregon Governor Kate Brown. He was originally sentenced to death by lethal injection in 2003 for the murders of his wife and 3 young children. And he is at the Oregon State Penitentiary. Now, what is the reaction to that? Well, Mary Jane's sister is upset about that. So let's say she got a call from an advocate letting her know that his sentence has been commuted. And that's how she feels. She said it's devastating. If you're going to make decisions that are going to dramatically affect other people's lives, you need to have the courage to actually speak to those people and look them in the face and tell them what you're going to do. I think she needs to see some pictures and videos of the lives that were lost. In 2003, a Lincoln County jury sentenced Longo to death for killing his wife Mary Jane and their 3 children, Zachary, Sadie, and Madison. Longo dumped their bodies into the water off the Oregon coast, and then he went to Mexico. Hold on, let me just do this here. Hold on, where the heck? There we go. Sorry, guys, I couldn't see anything. There's a better picture there for you guys. Before this happened, I did not have an opinion on the death penalty. I did not feel that was my decision to make about anyone. After this happened, I have an opinion on the death penalty, she said. Chris deserves to be dead for what he did. Governor Brown defended her decision in an interview with KGW by arguing the death penalty is immoral and irreversible. I know that not everyone will agree with my decision, but I hope it's a step towards finality in this conversation, she said. Mary Jane's sister says the governor should not be able to undo the exhaustive efforts of a jury prosecutors, defense lawyers, witnesses, and families endured a painful trial with the simple stroke of a pen by signing a clemency order. No one should have that power. Okay, and let me see where you guys are, because I'm hearing somebody's like trying to. Hi, Lisa Dameron. And the older two were found dead? Yes, the older two. Yeah, they were only 3 and 4 years old. They were all found dead. Yes, just thrown over. Yeah. Yeah. Terrible. Let's see if you. Hi, Chrissy. Hi, Bucky Ann. Hi, 61. Hello, Callie Lisa. Abolita. Hello there, Jen Grill. Who else am I missing? I'm not even in live chat. I'm in top chat here. Let's do this. Bucky Ann, Chrissy. Hi, Lisa. There we go, Abuelita, everybody. I think I got most of the people. Yeah, so that's Christopher Longo for you. He extinguished all of their lives. Terrible person, and I've saved you a lot of really bad details. But if you do want to hear more, you can go back to my original videos on Longo. There's a lot of details, like horrible. It's horrible. Let's see here. Let's see what else has been going on with Chris Longo. Okay, here's something a little more about him, okay? So he always wanted to be a writer. He started to write some stuff in his own words. And he says, guilt is a persuasive part of my daily existence, the reality that all my frequent nightmares are made from. But I realize I can't do anything about it now, except to try to live as positively as possible with a view that I don't deserve. The breaths I get to take, I don't feel that I can be redeemed. I believe that some actions are so terrible that nothing can ever atone for them. He was raised in Ypsilanti Township, Michigan. He grew up in a strict Jehovah's Witnesses household, spending much of his childhood going door to door to promote that faith. At 19, he married a church member, Mary Jane Baker. She was 26. He met her in a church parking lot, and just like that, they were married, had 3 kids, and even though he was a Jehovah's Witness and, going there to promote religion and stuff, and she's really not about writing bad checks and stuff, he started to this addiction to new cars, boats, and bouncing checks to get them. He tried hard to provide for his family, gave them luxuries. He looked like a successful man. Mary Jane's sisters thought, wow, she got a great guy. He really loves his family, but no, he was a shady guy. He kept getting them into all kinds of financial messes. And it's terrible. So his wife didn't know. He used his computer to print over $30,000 in bogus checks, along with a fake driver's license that he used to steal a minivan from a car dealership. And then he started racking up $100,000 in charges on a credit card in his father's name. He was kicked out of the church congregation. Then he put his family in the stolen minivan. They went on the road. They ended up, like I said, they lived first in a warehouse. Then they had to leave in a hurry. Then they went out to Newport, Oregon. And he was at that Starbucks, right? Then he stole the Dodge Durango. Then he killed his family. Then he went to Mexico. Yeah. Like, really, like, for what? And he was with a woman down in Mexico. And I believe there is some 48 hours or Dateline where they actually show him being picked up and living in, like, this cabana with this woman down there. Let me see. So, yeah, it's really... really horrible story. And for what reason? I mean, why just go? Could have left them all just gone. Go to Mexico and leave them there. If you're going to go to, Mexico, just go. So, gross. Okay. Let me look over here. His parents were Joe and Joy Longo. They came from Indianapolis. Let's see here. Listen to this one. More than 400 people packed a flower-filled Ypsilanti High School auditorium to remember a mother and 3 children whose bodies were found off the Oregon coast. The deaths of former Ypsilanti Township resident Mary Jane Longo, 34 years old when she was killed, and her children, Zachary 4, Sadie 3, and Madison 2, brought many mourners to tears during the memorial service. The gathering was a chance to focus on life, not death, said the Jehovah's Witness minister Joseph Flowers, who was the only speaker, and it was a 35-minute service for the 4 deaths. He said these deaths should be a wake-up call for people to focus on their relationship with God and to question the importance they put on material things. And he said, and I quote, Mary Jane would certainly implore all of us here to reconsider where we're going with our lives. Christopher Longo's parents, Joe and Joy Longo of Indianapolis, attended the service. Through a spokesperson, they issued a statement that read, "We are moved by the overwhelming expressions of love and sympathy we have received. While our minds must continue to deal with the investigation, our hearts are focused on the innocent lives lost." The bodies of Mary Jane Longo and her children were not in Ann Arbor for the visitation, nor for the memorial service. The funeral spokesperson said the family will be buried in an upcoming private service, I guess because of the crime, right? So they couldn't even... Yeah. Sad. Okay, and... through that. Hello, Scooter. Let me see. What? Oh, hold on. I have to double talk. Okay. So, we got through that fast. I have, this was kind of like a rewind. I have extensive videos on Longo. If you want to go, just type in Christopher Longo and go. And they are disturbing. So there's even an analysis of the 3 Chris's. Hey, Carolyn. Okay. What else is everybody doing? How's it going? Anybody want to call in and talk about anything? Call on in. If you're in Slack, the number's in Slack. If you're not in Slack and you want to call in, just email me. Awfully bold, Lisa says. Does anybody have any questions about anything that's going on? Go ahead. Hey, Carolyn, please hit the likes. Okay. Hit the likes, everybody. Hit the likes. What was I going to say? I don't know what I was going to say. What was I going to say? Who knows? What? If you know what I was going to say, let me know. Hi, Linda L. How are you? I will say that it's really early. It's really early. I can't believe we got done with that so quickly. Oh, did you hear that there was an update in that that mother was arrested, the one that took her daughter, the rental car, right? Hi, Cranky. She was arrested. Let me tell you about that real quick, just in case you haven't heard. Busby. Shoot. Melody Buzzard, Busby. Why did I call her Busby? I don't even know. So she was arrested. And the FBI joins the search for the missing 10-year-old. I don't think anybody thinks that's going to end well. I know somebody was in here and thought that perhaps she was trying to get her daughter away from somebody and had dropped her off somewhere. I don't know. She's not participating at all with the police. So that's an update there. She was arrested. 40 years old, accused of holding a person against their will, and was arrested on suspicion of false imprisonment in an unrelated case. Y'all. Where is he? Let's see. Additional details would not be made available for now. Detectives learned of a recent incident where Ashley prevented a victim from leaving a location against their will, which constitutes false imprisonment. The crime is not connected to the ongoing search for Melody. Her bail was expected to be set at $100,000. This again. Come on. Right there. And okay, so I don't think, I think it was Twisted Stitches that says she thinks maybe she left her somewhere with the family. I don't know. I'm not sure how much I'm believing that, but okay, let me go over here for a second. Look at this guy from your state, Scooter. Look, have you ever seen a mugshot like this, Scooter? It says that he broke into his ex-girlfriend's house and he threatened to expose private videos. He seemed to think it was a joke when he was arrested. His name is Hayden Cooper, 30 years old. He stuck his tongue out and grinned in a mugshot. He's being charged with felony residential entry. Lawrence County Sheriff's Office deputies were called to the scene by the ex-girlfriend, who told them that her ex-boyfriend Cooper left the scene in a pickup truck equipped with a ladder. The deputies quickly spotted it and conducted a felony-style traffic stop to take him into custody. A probable cause statement said that he told the officers that she heard Cooper's truck outside and rushed to secure the home, but forgot one window, and he broke the screen on that window and climbed into the living room. A neighbor corroborated the story, told the deputies she heard loud banging when Cooper broke in and went in that window, and the victim said she told Cooper to leave and retreated into her bedroom. She told deputies that when he was her ex-boyfriend, that he had never lived in the home where she lived with her 5- and 7-year-old children, and that he did not have permission to come in. She said she told him she did not want to have any further contact with him, and so he threatened to release private videos of her. He demanded an attorney before he spoke to detectives, and that's all she wrote on that one. Real winner. Thinks it's a joke. So what else? Antonio Brown, that NFL star, was arrested in Dubai and extradited to the United States, where he is charged on attempted murder in a shooting incident at a celebrity boxing match in Miami in May. Okay. Racking them up there. All right, let's see now. Where are you guys? Here we go. Let's see. Did I miss why his sentence was commuted? Because the governor doesn't believe in the death sentence. Nope. Hi, Frilly Farmhouse. How are you? Did I just see Frilly Farmhouse, or am I going crazy? Oh, maybe I saw. Never mind. I saw something for her channel. Sorry. Now she's probably like, oh my gosh, how can Carolyn see me? Okay. So, there we go. What do you want to do now? What should we do now? It's early. Anybody have any ideas? Hi, MSL. What is it? What? I don't know what you're talking about. Crazy Psycho. Are you talking about any updates on the UPS plane crash? Okay, I'll look. Is there an update on the news? No, there's no update on that news anchor. I looked at that earlier. I don't think there is. I didn't see it. I'll look again, see if I missed something. I'll look up the UPS plane crash. Okay, let's see. The death toll on the UPS plane crash has risen to 14. Yeah. Let's see. As crews continue to search through a half-mile of charred debris, a victim was located at the crash site on Friday, according to the Louisville mayor, oh my gosh, I can't even speak, Craig Greenberg. As of Thursday, 9 individuals believed to have been near the scene of the time of the crash were also missing. 2 of the victims were identified by a family friend as Louisness Fendon and 3-year-old granddaughter Kimberly Asia. Fendon is a father of 4, grandfather of 3, often visited a scrapyard near the airport to collect metal for income. The family friend said he was simply an angel on earth who helped raise a whole village. So that's terrible. Him and his granddaughter were. Did I just see that? Right here. The aircraft's 3 crew members are also believed to be among the dead. UPS identified the pilots on board as Captain Richard Wartenberg, First Officer Lee Truitt, and International Relief Officer Captain Dana Diamond. Coroner is working on identifying the other victims who were found. According to Greenberg, it's been a long 36 hours of tragedy. The flight crashed around 5:15 p.m. local time on Tuesday. According to the FAA, the McDonnell Douglas MD-11 freighter plane was headed to Daniel K. Inouye International Airport in Honolulu, Hawaii. Okay. Authorities will now begin to move the debris, including the charred, mangled metal, to see if they can locate additional individuals. And that's a portable gas chromatograph mass spectrometer in Louisville to test for airborne toxic chemicals at the site. Okay. And the next thing, you asked me, super chat, what did you ask me? Don't say it, let me try to remember. You said, oh yes, that anchor that killed your mother. I'm not seeing anything new on that. No, not seeing anything new on that. Okay, let me go back to the chat. Hi, Jen Proctor. How are you? There is a case like Mackenzie's out of Florida. Yes, I made a video on that, Lisa. You missed it. The guy is from Syracuse, New York, who died. Yeah, Waterman. I made a video on it like a week ago. Super Bowl Sunday. She was pregnant, just found out, and had the baby. The whole area was totally destroyed by the plane crash. Cry 61 says. Super chat. What did super chat say? Yeah. Hi, Amy's Justice League. How are you? What's up with you? How's everybody feeling? You all feeling good? What are you doing? Hold on. Vacationing, kind of. Oh, that's good. You're happy to spend your Friday evening with everybody. That's good. I'm glad you guys are doing good. I feel really terrible. I hate to say that. Hi, One Eye Blind Art. I've been freaking out. Have you been? Why? What are you freaking out about? What are you freaking out about? You're drinking wine? Just now catching your wine buzz. Oh, okay. Maybe that's what I need to do. You're good, MSL? I don't know. I feel like just empty, like an actual pain. Like not like a pain that it's just I don't know how to explain it. You have anxiety, and now it's dark earlier. Who's that? Jen Proctor? No, it's not like it's sick. I think it's lovely sadness kind of stuff. But it feels like a physical, like a, I don't know how to describe. Just feels like I've been gutted. Yeah, well, I said somebody call in. Let's talk about happy stuff, but nobody's calling in to talk about anything happy. In a rough week, there's been a lot of like really horrible cases, and thanks, Jan. A lot of people are feeling like that. A lot of people. There are. Somebody just told me yesterday. Oh, I was talking to Bucky. Yeah. Anybody wants to call in, come on, call in. You have a few heart palpitations, and I'm taking it overboard. Yeah, we tend to do that, right? There's Bucky. Bucky's here. Call in, Bucky. Call in. Where's Scooter? She was here earlier. There's lots of... I don't know, it's already, what is it, November 7th already? It's ridiculous. Not in a talkative mood, not many people are, right? Maybe we need to talk more. Who's in a talkative mood? You've been enjoying the government shutdown. I'm a government employee and haven't had to go to work in a month. I hear you, Bucky. You just need to be cool. Be cool, One Eye. I think it's like she's got the time change, got you going into the holidays. I'm already behind with so much stuff. It's like holidays are rough as it is. They're doing good, Jen. They're doing good. Luke was at a football game tonight. Amy. Lots of people were saying they've got nobody at Halloween, hardly any houses decorated near me. Probably a lot of people don't have extra money for candy and stuff. I don't know. I don't know what we can do. You discovered a new sculpture by accident. What kind of sculpture? What kind of sculpture? Yeah, it's not my stamina, Amy. You made 2 different types of helmets. Cool. You're exhausted tonight and actually getting ready for bed. Seems very quiet, doesn't it? Seem really quiet tonight. Seems really quiet. It's dark early. I don't know. Cold. Hi, Darla. It was horrendous weather on Halloween, so I think that affected everything. Yeah. Super Chat says, I think people are just generally fatigued with all that's going on in the world. Yeah, it's a lot. Mentally, it's a lot. And the smaller helmet fit perfectly over the bigger helmet. It looks like a bust now. That's cool. Same here. Did some vacuuming, but listening. I could probably do some vacuuming. Fatigue, that's for sure. Yeah. It's really windy for days. I don't hear the wind tonight. Not here. A lot of people going through stuff. A lot of people. Oh, snow will be coming this week? What do you mean? I thought you lived in Savannah. No. Darla, don't you live in Savannah? Snow. Yikes. Suppressing world news and times from a stressful work week and new projects. I'm so blah for Friday night. Yeah. You're having great weather here this weekend. Yeah, 75 and sunny. You're going to take your dog to the beach. That's great, Callie Lisa, that you have that great weather. I do live in Savannah, but snow's coming. Oh, other places. Oh, don't be the bearer of snow. Oh gosh, snow is something I don't want to know. My whole life is blah, Hi says. Wow, we're a cheery bunch, huh? Having a... What are you having? An EKG on Monday? I need to have surgery. Oh, prayers everything goes well for you, Jen. Hi, Valerie. How are you? Yeah, prayers, Jen. Yeah, hope everything goes well. You don't mind snow, but driving it is something else. Yeah, well, that's the thing. And it always snows when you've got to go somewhere, right? You do hate the cold, though. Yeah. I've got enough cold. Anyway. Yeah, it's hot over there in sunny California, huh? Yeah. Yeah, that's nice. I don't have a car, no worries about driving in the snow. On the other hand, I'm tired of being trapped home without a car. Ugh. You've got to reactivate your Hulu, watch Murdaugh thing, even though I know it's going to irritate me. It's going to irritate you? Why? Because just the whole thing? Or it gets you, the case gets you upset? I mean, we were watching it the other day, movie night. Hot during the day and cold at night. It irritates me how evil Alec Murdaugh is. Yeah. Right, dinner tonight. I can't even remember what I'm doing. It's funny that you say that. It's not open all year, but it's going to open again for the. I was just talking to my kids about it because we're probably going to go for the Christmas. Oh shoot! I think it. Oh, thank you for becoming a deputy rambler, Callie Lisa. How are you? Thank you. Very nice. I don't know why our music isn't playing. That's ridiculous. We had Christmas music forever, and now we don't have any chime when someone becomes a member. I don't understand it. Something should go off on the screen. Did it not go off on the screen? That the stupid court clerk lady was pulling those antics. Honestly, it's surprising. There's no retrial. Yeah, I know, right? And what they did to the housekeeper, and when you listen to that 911 call, how it sounds like they just sit her up and let her smack her head back down. Terrible. That's such a distressing call. Almost 3 more days before my birthday. Oh, your birthday, One Eye. That's something to look forward to, right? Your birthday? Look what I found. It says Edisto Beach. It's Man. Hello, Heart Made Wise. How are you? So let's see what else. Trying to think of what else. Happy birthday, One Eye. Everybody's saying happy birthday to One Eye. I am pretty good, Carolyn. How are you doing tonight? So many people are facing things, so many people are going through stuff, so many people are depressed, so many people are just really down. Yeah, I don't know. I feel kind of empty tonight, Kelly. I don't know. Like nothing is, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what, yeah. Just kind of, your daughter has started cardiac rehab. It was a heart attack. Your daughter had a heart attack at 34. Wow. My goodness. Prayers for her heart. Wow. That was when we said that she was probably having anxiety. Isn't that what it was? And it wasn't anxiety, it was a heart attack? Oh. My goodness. Yeah, they think there is a hereditary component. Wow. Well, look, hopefully they get on top of it, right? As Thanksgiving and Christmas come up, we start missing the people. Well, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Hi. Your grandmother had her first heart attack at 22. Wow. Valerie says, like there is a missing piece missing after my son passed. Hold on a minute. 2020, true happiness. Oh, my son passed in 2022. In 2020 also. Happiness eludes me. I keep trying to get happy. Sometimes I can get happy. I can't get happy about anything. Yeah. I know the feeling, Valerie. Yeah. Sorry. Sorry. I wish we didn't know that feeling, but good night, One Eye. Thanks, sir. Yeah. Maybe it's a mom thing. I don't know. I think there's just, I don't know. I don't know what. I know kind of some things that are sad, but sometimes it seems like there's so much sadness. Sometimes you look online for happy things and you just see really sad, more sad things, more sad things, more sad things. You know what I mean? And then there's like sad things that happen, and yeah, it's just sad. Just feel sad, but I actually have like a physical pain right here. It's not a pain. It's it's like an emptiness. It's not even that it's boring, but a lot of times you lose motivation, you lose enthusiasm for things that you liked, stuff like that. It's like more and more people are hurting their children, making them go missing. It's crazy. Yeah. You get in a funk. Yeah, definitely. You watch the shorts on YouTube. I start with happy, funny, and then they turn sad. Yeah, it just, that's what happens though. You either watch, look for something inspirational. It could be a prayer. Okay, that's good. And then you've got like three or four of those. And then there's something bad, right? Something sad, something bad. Next week is Veterans Day in the U.S. Is that a national holiday? Yes. Veterans Day? It's a holiday. Same here. When you lose loved ones, you lose the will to be happy and you lose the drive you once had. Yeah. Not all the time, but sometimes some things you're happy about, things would always be something missing, but I don't know, like it's just like, but sometimes this stuff comes and goes, you'd that's why, like, you have to just keep going, you have to keep moving forward, you have to keep moving forward, you have to because you don't know what's next, and the greatest thing can be next and can pick you up, and so you just have to keep going. However hard it is, you got to keep going. You got to keep going. Ouch. So true that you start pondering the afterlife, if it's real, will I see my loved ones again, but I always keep going, or at least I try to. Exactly. Well, exactly. Oh, thanks. Hi. Trying to be here for you guys too. It's a lot. It's a lot. Seasonal affective disorder. Yeah, I'm sure. There's a difference when you can get out in the sun and the warmth and go out. There's a definite difference when you're able to do that. For me, at least, definitely. Can't stand when it gets dark earlier, when it gets cold, freezing cold that you can't even walk or your ears are falling off. The early and long darkness of winter. I need sunlight. The flower, yeah. Plus now you're trying to learn to live on your own. Yeah, you're not liking it too much, see? Yeah. Some people say they like it. I wouldn't. I don't. I can understand. It's terrible. And the older we get, the older our friends get, you know, we lose more people. The older we get, we lose more people. A lot of sadness, a lot of grief. Sometimes you feel like the last man standing, Valerie. At least you're standing, right? Hey, you gotta get the positive. It's easier said than done. Yeah, hello, Sassy. It's easier said than done. Yeah, it's still a few months. I mean, it's about a year away. Super chat. It's exciting, yeah, but it's bittersweet too. Though you have to understand that because there should be someone else there. Yeah, right. Hmm. Right, Bucky. Right, a cheerful bunch. No, you're not the only one. I think Sassy's the oddball here. I think of what to do. Wish I could just go with bibbity bobbity boo, and everybody would be in a good mood and happy. There's not even like, it's like what I'm saying, like, what do you want to watch? You want to watch something that's going to make you happy? I don't even, there's nothing I even want to watch, or I don't know. I don't know. Let's tell jokes. Tell jokes. I told you guys the joke, right? What was the joke that? Um, I don't remember now. Okay, you're heading to bed. Good night, Jen Proctor. Good night. Sleep tight. I hope tomorrow's a great day for you. For everybody. I hope tomorrow's a great day for everybody. I hope everybody is rejuvenated and feels better and feels great. That would be good. If that's what I could pray for you though, that we all feel that way. Better. So much going on, huh? Life is very short. Hey, snow remover, it's your birthday. Are you kidding me? It is your birthday? Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Now I sound like ER, right? Many happy returns of the day. Happy birthday, snow remover. Happy birthday. It's your birthday right now, so it just started to be your birthday? Or are you still on old time? Happy birthday, snow remover. Let's have a party. I'm not going to be able to sing tonight. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear snow remover. Happy birthday to you. How's that? November 7th, is that right? Oh, today's the 8th, so the 7th. Okay. Happy birthday. A little rough. Rough's there. I'm not frozen. Am I frozen for anybody? Look, my eyebrows move. Am I frozen? Are they moving high? Okay, good. The eyebrows are moving. They're not stuck up there or stuck down or frozen in time. Not frozen. Thank you, snow remover. Amy says no. So let's see what we can do. We got to do the word game. We have to do the word game. Why don't we do the daily and then we'll see where we go from there. Maybe we'll think of some words and it'll... Maybe we'll play the word game for 4 hours. No, I don't know. Oh my goodness. Okay, daily puzzle. Uh-oh. Shoot, that's not what I wanted to do. No. So we've got another do. Feel. Did we do feel? I thought I did feel. Feel wasn't there? No. Fell? We did. Okay, so maybe Flay. Bobby Flay. Oh, you got it at the same time I did, Catherine. Flay. Flay it. Just flay it. Right? Okay. So we got something in there. A, B, C, D. Where's that going to be? Oh, elf. An elf on the shelf. Oh, you got it too. Okay, I just looked over there. What do you got? Fly leaf? Fly leaf? Shoe fly? Don't bother me. Fly leaf. Fly leaf. Good going. Good going. Hi. Well, then an alley, you say? A-L-L-E-Y. Hey, we did it. Teamwork makes the dream work. Oh, we already got bully. How about pulley? No. Okay, let's see. What do we have to do here? Very good. Very good, I say to myself. Oh, Lily. Oh, I already did Lily. Oh boy. I've already done Lily. Silly. Silly Lily. Okay, so then we've done, we need the C, D, E. Oh, clip. That's good. Clip. Yeah, very good. All right. Clip. And clip. Oh, club. Did we do club? There we go. Got it. Club. All right. Teamwork makes the dream work. Oh, tend. We do tent, den, die. Okay. I. Right. I'll end. Okay. And then we've got after dent we need dent. Let's see. Oh, let's see. Oh, I'd. And then there's got to be another E. D-E. Oh, no. Tendency? Oh, very good. Very good. Tendency. Very good. Oh, wait. Descent. Got that. Run. What's this last one over here? E or D? Oh, deny. There we go. It's right there, right in front of us. Ant. Mutt. Mitt. Okay. Unit. None. There's only one. There's only one M. Let's see what you're saying. Taught. Very good. Tint. Did we do that? Okay, and Main, yeah, that's good. Okay, anti, let's see, I don't know. What was that thing? And then it was anti-disestablishment. Some movie or something, remember that? Anti-disestablishment. What the heck was that? Uh-oh. We lost Jen Grail. She left us. Okay, let's see what we got here. Nut. We've got, what is this? Oh, tin. Tin's gotta be tin. and tan. And minutia. Very good. Oh, I can't believe it wasn't there. Let's see here. What is that? Oh, wait. Night. Good night, I love you. No. Manatee. No. Tums. It taint. What happened? Anti-disestablishment. Yeah. But what was that? Yeah, but what was it about? We were doing something and they kept saying anti-disestablishment. What was it from, though? Maui. They usually don't have places, but it's a good word. We could probably all go there right now, right? Titanium. Very good. Hi. Titanium knees. Very good. Titan. Oh no, it wasn't there. I don't know what these other ones are, huh? I don't know what they are. Unit. We did unit. Tuna. Very good. What is that? What is that one? What is it? Well, we need a 5-letter one now. 5 letters. No, it can't be that because it has to come after. It can't be. It's got it. Tammin. That's what I was thinking of. Tannin, like that tannis root or something. Tat. Unman. Okay. No, there's only one in. Oh, no. There's only one. Can't be an M. It's got to be a T. Try taunt. Oh, wait a minute. I maybe did not try taunt. Very good. I didn't see taunt. Very good. Okay. Band on the run. Band on the run. Banded. Okay, bind. No, there's no bind. I thought I did. Oh, Dad. Dad. Yeah. And today, yeah, the third was my dad's birthday, so that's another thing, right? It's always something you don't even think about a lot of stuff. Okay, what is this can be? Where's that? Let me see. What did you guys get? Hand. You got that. Go high, it's your birthday. It's Snow Remover's birthday. I don't know, guys. I think I want to go to bed. I'm pretty tired. So, sorry that, let's try to, hopefully, things get better for us all. Prayers for everybody. I hope that you get some good rest and you feel better in the morning or the afternoon or whenever it is that wherever you are. And love you guys. God bless and prayers. Happy birthday, Snow Remover. And thank you for becoming a new member, Kelly, Lisa. Nice to have you here. We can be happy even when we're not happy. Well, we can be together even when... You know what I'm trying to say. Oh, my goodness. Okay, good night, everybody. Love you.